Two, there we go. So I am joined tonight with my dearest, dear, sweet friend, Lauri Agner, who I have known for a long time now, and I'm so blessed to have her in my life. And we are going to talk a little bit about manifesting with synchronicity, the course that I have taught since 2013. I was teaching this class in person here in Steamboat with usually about 6 to 8, 10 sometimes people in person over the course of several months. And in 2019, I decided to push Manifesting with Synchronicity onto the great World Wide Web and marketed it in January and February of 2020. And it started April 1st, 2020. And wow, I mean, what a class to, first of all, be doing online during a pandemic. It really, I feel like, helped a lot of us with our mindset during such a hard time for people. And talk about synchronicity, to be able to say, well, we're all at home now. What else are we going to be doing, right? And just to give you a quick summary, if you don't know about this class, it's based on the Celestine Prophesy, and which was written by James Redfield in the early 1990s. Whenever I mention that book, everybody gives me a head nod. They read it back then. They don't necessarily remember everything that it was about, but it was a life changer for a lot of people, game changer for a lot of people around mindset and energy and even food. And so it shares that track with me and with Lauri about becoming, having an alkaline body, having, eating live matter to then be able to see energy and create energy and manifest with synchronicity. So it's 9 insights that online now I have condensed to 6 insights or 6 units. And I have a pre-sale going right now. So over the next 2 weeks, you'll be seeing me do some of these live interviews. So thank you, Lauri, for joining me tonight. I love you and you're a beautiful human being, and I'm so grateful to have you here. So the questions, I just have 4 questions that I'll ask these students of mine over the next couple of weeks. And Lauri's the first, because she's, as if you're not first, you're last, right? So to quote Ricky Bobby there. So I just said Lauri was in the April class, the first inaugural online class that I did. So that's that first question, when did you take Manifesting with Synchronicity? Which of the 2? I taught it twice last year. I should have said that. I didn't say that. But so when you signed up for Manifesting with Synchronicity, what were you hoping to achieve?
Yeah, well, thank you for asking me to do this, because I love this and I love being able to share about the goodness of this class. And I love you dearly, Andy. So this is such a very relevant thing to be offering right now. And so it was a very synchronous moment that it ended up being in April, because you're so right. Like, the whole pandemic thing started, and then this course came up, and I was like, well, yeah. Well, so a couple of things. I wanted to support my friend.
Hmm.
Yeah, my dear friend. And I knew that it was something that I wanted to do. It just was like the timing had not felt right before April. And then there it was. So, and I did not really have any expectations around it. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to jump in and see what it brought for me. So, what I was going to discover. So, and wow, I discovered a lot. It
Had
was
you read the book before?
it was given to me, it was gifted to me a long time ago, like you said. Like, so it was that head nod thing. I was like, oh yeah, I think I did that too. So I did not read it cover to cover. I
Mhm.
probably, the way I look at books sometimes, I
Right.
opened it up and kind of read some things and was like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. And but just really didn't grasp what the book was about. So yeah, no.
Okay, cool. I thought so, but I just wanted to throw that in there. So, next question is, what were 2 of your biggest takeaways or tools that you learned from Manifesting with Synchronicity that you're still incorporating today?
Yeah, the first one, which I was really happy to have, was affirmations, the mirror words.
Mhm.
And that is something that I am accustomed to doing. It's been such a game changer for me. And but the difference was we wrote them down like on a mirror. So every day or every time that I was in the bathroom, because that's where I wrote mine, I
Mhm.
would see these, words of affirmation. And that was that was awesome. I really, really do value that. The other piece was the power struggle, the struggle for power. That chapter, I had no idea. So to learn that, and then to be able to approach different situations, and conversations that you're having. And boy, have we been having some conversations, this past year, even, year and a half, um, and just have a deeper awareness around what and more tolerance for the other person in the conversation. Like that's been huge for me.
Mhm.
Huge
That's
for me.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, just to give reference, the struggle for power, in one of the insights, we talk about how humans in general, we don't get our energy from source. We get it from something. We're codependent in a way, right, with each other, because we are human tribe like dwellers. We always live in units. Typically, some people live alone, but most people live in units. And so we're born into units, and we feed off of our parents, and we are taught by our parents how to play for energy, whether that is to play meek and to get energy that way, or to play strong and to get energy and to force energy that way. And so, it's that polarity. And gosh, there's another word that's been just so relevant right now, is the word polarity, right? How it's just, we've all been so polarized for the last year on our belief systems or whatever. And so in the struggle for power, we learn a little bit more about the archetypes around, and these are all Carl Jung terms. Synchronicity is a Carl Jung term, and these archetypes are as well. And so, how we play into those models of borrowing energy, if you will, instead of just getting it from source. So thank you for sharing that. I really do agree with you that I too have found more compassion for other people's story when I think about where they're coming from and why they're maybe acting emotionally or reactionary in a certain situation, and having more communication around that. I feel like this course helps you have that
It
skill.
hands down. And the other thing I want to say too about the question is just that, paying closer attention to these synchronous moments. They are happening all of the time, and it's so fascinating and fun. And sometimes it's almost, for lack of a better word, like a game for me. It's like, ooh, what kind of synchronous things are going to happen for me today, and who am I going to meet, and what are they going to say to me that I need to hear, and what do I need to say to them maybe. And yeah, it's just really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. Getting excited about the synchronicities is what actually teaches the world or the quantum field around you to continue to send them your way. And so that's a practice that we also establish in this course, is how to feed the synchronicity, right, in order to receive the synchronicity. So I love that. So the third question is, what things do you feel like manifesting with synchronicity actually helped you manifest, whether those things may be material, physical, emotional, spiritual? What have you seen, because that's a big piece of this course, is what we're trying to do is manifest the life of our dreams, turn those things that we put on our vision boards into reality. But you can't just put it on your vision board and then, you know go on with your life and, you know eat crappy food and think crappy thoughts. You got to actually put the action into it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, I would say the biggest thing, first and foremost, is just having a deeper understanding of my more authentic self. Like, and that's, yeah,
That's
like,
juicy.
yeah, that could just be the answer. But so, but it's so neat when you talk about like the manifestation boards, and because I do have one.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
something that I've never done before that I just started to do upon the recommendation of another close friend of ours that we've done manifestation boards with,
Mm.
Lauren Lahav,
Okay.
uh, was putting the stars
All
on
right.
your accomplishments. I'd never done that before. And now on my manifestation board, I have 3 stars of, yeah, I know, because we just ordered our RV, which has been a huge part of
Mm.
our next chapter, our freedom nester life that's coming. And then we went to Mexico. That was on my board. And I mean, it might seem simple, but there was preparation. There was thought that had to be put into that. And just the right things at the right time came up. And it was like, well, of course they did, because that's how I roll. Right. So, so I got to put a star on that.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah, so those are just, a couple of things that
Yeah.
have manifested in just better relationships and conversations, especially right now with my family and the people that I'm closest to. So that's been really good too.
Mm. So last question is, and thank you if you're still sticking around and watching this with us or watching the replay. What kind of person would you recommend manifesting with synchronicity to? And what would you tell them to help them take that leap to sign up?
Yeah. So I would say, it's somebody who's been thinking about they want to up level. They're ready to step into a bigger version of themselves, like someone who's open to doing that. Because I promise you, you'll read some of this stuff and it can trigger you. But if you're open to it, then you'll be open to just working through it. And Andy is such an amazing coach to do that with. I will just tell you that she pours a lot of herself into this program. So and as far as just getting it done, just do it. Like just draw a line in the sand. Like if you know and you've been feeling, I'm ready, that's what I would say. Just do it.
Awesome. Right. It is a matter of, jump sometimes and the net will appear. It's invest in yourself because, for the small price that I do charge for this course, there is an investment, but it's not, I'm offering a pre-sale price right now. That pre-sale price is $180 off the real price, and that'll stop April 1st. And I probably won't offer that price again. So, it's 489 pre-sale, and I really do feel like you get a lot of value for that low price. And I do pour myself into this because I love it. I love seeing the results. I do it so that other people get those results, and really make your life the life that you want to create. You're the artist, you're the canvas, you're the paintbrush. So become that, step into that, believe in yourself. It helps with confidence, it helps with um, focus and intention, and really clarity around what your goals are. So um, I hope that you join us. I will drop the link. I have a free manifesting webinar with 3 keys to manifesting as an introduction to this course. I go over three of the topics in this course, one of which is one of the ones that Lauri mentioned, the struggle for power. So I go over that in my manifesting webinar. I'll drop that link into the comments below this video. So you'll be able to sign up for that for free. And then you'll get some of the emails that then continue to help you understand the course and sign up for the course if it's something that's calling to you. I would also add that if you hear something once and it catches your attention, um, follow that path. If you hear something twice and it's like, oh, I heard that before, follow that path. That is synchronicity. If you hear something a third time, don't be silly and wait for the fourth, because the universe will smack down if you wait for that fourth one, right? It's like, no, third time's a charm. I'm going to take that message. So if the word synchronicity jumps out at you or manifesting jumps out at you and you've heard that before, or you've seen my stuff before, take this as a message from source energy itself that this is the right time for you to say yes. So anything else that you wanted to add, Lauri?
No, I just am really excited for anyone who is going to attend this because you are going to come out on the other side a better person. I promise you.
Hmm. Juicy. Thanks, love. I love you so much.
Love
You
you.
mean the world to me.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.